So if you caught my upload yesterday morning where I gave my Bulls weekly preview of the upcoming games, you noticed that the title was talking about the Bulls weathering the storm one more week without Wendell and Lauri Markkanen. As I suspected, it would be the last full week where they would be without both players. Well, shortly after that, it was confirmed that Wendell practiced fully with the team later that day. And then just a couple hours before the game, they announced that Wendell Carter Jr. will be in the lineup and even starting the game. So that was a surprise. On top of that, he played decently well after being out since mid-January or so. But that's not the highlight of the story tonight, although it was definitely needed for him to be back. No, the Bulls walked away in closing out a game where we might have seen them fold earlier in the season. They probably should have closed the game out in regulation, but they stepped it up big time in OT and closed this one out. The Pacers went absolutely cold in overtime, and the Bulls took advantage. So what's going on, everyone? You are listening to Bulls Central here. Hope you're all doing well. So guys, we yet again did not have a winner this go around in predicting the score of the game. Maybe I thought this would be an easy thing to do given, the fact that the very first time we did it, we had a winner. We had a couple of you that were so close, just off by a point or two. Either way, we'll try this again some other time. We'll get a winner here eventually. So like I said, it was a surprise to see Wendell back in the lineup after supposedly not going to be reevaluated until the end of the month. He comes into the starting lineup, and although he played in limited minutes, his impact on defense and even offense was very much needed. 11 points and 9 boards. This was a big win for the Bulls, and I know it's just the Pacers. They're a team that's been struggling recently. They are down a few players, but what was the key about this win was the fact that the Bulls didn't let up. Despite the fact that the Pacers made a run in the fourth to not only close out some of the Bulls' lead from the run that they made to close out the third quarter, but the Pacers actually reclaimed the lead. Normally, this is where the Bulls tend to kind of fall apart, and they have a difficulty in closing out a game. Now, they did to an extent because they were able to take a 2-point lead with less than 20 seconds left to go. They almost were able to steal the ball from Brogdon, but he puts up a tying shot, and with less than 10 seconds on the other end, Lavine isn't able to hit the game winner. I would have liked to have seen Zach Lavine get a better shot off there. I was glad to see he didn't just hoist up a 3 and that he got a better look in driving for a mid-range jumper since they didn't need a 3, but I really want to see Lavine take those final plays strong to the basket and try to draw a contact, try to draw a foul. He's so smooth at getting to the basket, and defenses are sometimes forced to foul him as a result. And when you're in a position where it's a tie game and the clock is running down, that's an easy way to just get to the free throw line and close out the game. But it ended up not mattering because the Bulls came out strong in overtime and they closed it out without ever giving up the lead. And guys, the real MVP of this game, really because of how well he played in overtime, was Thaddeus Young, or I guess I should say Thaddeus Johnson. The guy was just doing everything on the floor in those last 5 minutes, from scoring, put back shots, getting those key rebounds on all those misses the Pacers had, making defensive plays that forced the Pacers to turn the ball over. He's the reason the Bulls took over in overtime and ultimately won the game. Garrett Temple was also key as well in hitting some big shots. Just shows you the importance of the veteran leadership and presence in those late game situations. I was a little surprised to see Valentine closing out the game, but he actually played decently. There was one turnover that could have cost the Bulls that he made in overtime, and he also had one bad shot, but overall he handled himself well in those late minute situations. Satoransky was also great off the bench and coming through in the clutch in the fourth quarter. Lavine had a great game. I know I was probably a little harsh on him earlier, which again I realize isn't always fair. He does carry this team in everything else that he does, even if he isn't able to knock down the winning shot. Another 30-point game for him, really making his case for why he should be an all-star, because not only on the scoring front, which he continues to shoot efficiently, but he also had 9 rebounds and 3 assists. He was able to do things outside of just the scoring. As I mentioned, Temple was huge tonight in the starting lineup. He was a plus 19 when on the floor, which is incredible given how close the game was to have that kind of impact and spread on your plus minus. 16 points on great shooting and solid defense from him as well. 0 turnovers in 39 minutes that he played tonight. And how about Coby White flirting with a triple-double? He played 44 minutes on 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Didn't shoot the 3-ball particularly well, but was great at facilitating on the floor and driving to the basket. He was a plus 16 on the night. Again, really great to see given how close the game was. What was also impressive to me was how well the Bulls kept Sabonis tonight at bay. I know he was also just having a poor shooting night, but a lot of that was from the Bulls staying on him, maintaining defense, and limiting his ability to get easy looks and posting up in the paint. Thaddeus Young did an excellent job in defending him tonight, as well as Patrick Williams, who guarded him here and there. But still, the Bulls turned the ball over 18 times, so they need to work on that, and they need to work on taking care of the ball. I mean, a couple of more turnovers in this game likely would have gone the other way in the favor of the Pacers. But at any rate, despite the number of turnovers, the Bulls took care of business in closing this one out, a game that they might have otherwise have found a way to lose. There is still a lot of growth and maturity left to go for this team, but progress is being made in the right direction, and that's what I love seeing. I'll be back out with another video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. The Bulls will be taking on the Hornets on Wednesday. Hopefully the Bulls will be able to make it 2 straight in another winnable game. Until then, guys, thanks for tuning in as always, and I will catch you in the next one.